All praises to Yahweh, Basham Yahweh Shai, Basham Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone. Salute to you, brothers, teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. I was just watching the video here with this meeting at the White House. I think it was at the White House between Trump and the Zelensky and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to go too much into the specifics of it, but because I could do that in another video play. But what I do want to talk on here, which I heard him say, said you're gambling with World War III. Now, before and when I seen this, and then before he said it, actually, I said, well, World War III is inevitable. It's gonna happen, and America are the ones who are gonna come the worst off of that. It's biblical prophecy, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. All these nations, these countries with nuclear weapons, these weapons were made to be shot. They'll say, oh, well, the nukes are to deter World War III. Someone might say that, or someone might come out with something else, but we're dealing with power-hungry, individuals, yeah. And when they make these weapons, they test them, and they don't make these things just to sit down. That's BS. When you go to matter of fact, there was the movie Planet of the Apes, and in that film, it was one of the movies, and the geezers the individuals were worshipping the missiles. They were worshipping actual missiles, right? They were worshipping them. Let's do this. Let's type in. Look at missiles. Okay, which country has the most missiles? According to this, it's saying Russia. But let's do this. North Korea teases Trump with new nuclear missiles. Kim Jong-un orders war readiness. Okay, this is just, we just typed it in. This is the news. That's, recent. Okay, this one. Status of world nuclear forces. March 2024. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's go. go to news. Now, another term for them is weapons of mass destruction. I think Trump, the Economist, does Britain one day ago. Does Britain's nuclear deterrence have a Trump-shaped problem? Trump just made up with the UK Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. They've met up as well. A King Jam coming up a lot. His overseas test of strategic cruise missiles and signals nuclear readiness in new escalation. Like I was saying, World War III is something that, as we know, the brothers that teach and that we know, there's nothing you can do to stop it. To be fair, let's do this. Let's put in. You got the doomsday clock. Weapons. Let's see what comes up with this. Okay, 5 types of mass destruction: chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, explosive. Alright, so we're dealing with the nuclear missiles or weapons of mass destruction, amongst others. So, let's do this. Let's go to news on that as well. Remember when this term was used a lot with when the Bushes were in. They always talk about the weapons of mass destruction. In the Middle East, or I think it was Afghanistan, where we need to go down there because they got weapons of mass destruction. That was what the propaganda, or I wouldn't say propaganda, but that's what the you could say propaganda to get in there. Cause you don't hear them saying this anymore. This country's got weapons of mass destruction. You know, that country. You don't hear them saying that. What would really happen if nuclear bombs were fired, and how public is fed one-sided view of weapons of mass destruction? Okay, we don't know what this is about. You got the scripture that says it rolled together as a scroll. This is called a mushroom cloud. When a new hits, that's how it looks. It goes up and it scrolls together. It looks like a scroll, right? Oppenheimer. Okay, so when was this? 27th of September 2024. So what's going on? let's look. A 2023 Oppenheimer breathed life back into cinema. It also reflected the death of decades of nuclear calm. Less headline worthy was this week's International Day for the Total Elimination of Nuclear Weapons. But what place does pacifism have in this playground of megalomaniac male rulers we live in? Since Vladimir Putin illegally invaded Ukraine, his threats of employing nuclear violence to keep NATO at bay have spawned UK and US op-eds locked into Cold War logic. That in effect the deterrent is an aggressive one. So they're trying to blame it on Putin. Or was. Because you got different people in office now. But what we're gonna see is that there's nothing that can stop this World War III. Okay? That's what we're gonna see. Now let me get a couple of scriptures here. Let me get so that was a rough draft. Alright, let's get this. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. That's them nuclear missiles. And that's why he sat down there and said to him, oh, you're gonna, what's he said? Where's it gone? He said, you're gambling with World War III. Well, you've had World War One, World War Two. You're gonna have a World War III. That's why the missiles are just there. They're not there for no reason. All the scientists and that they've got together to develop this stuff, the nuclear. You know, you had, the nuclear. Could I call it the nuclear arms race? But all these different scientists. The plan is to use these things. Now, even if they say, well, we don't want to use them, we're trying to prevent, well, the Most High is going to make them use them. You don't build something like that and it don't get used. I mean, if you didn't want, you want to build it, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think that they can be diffused. Brothers always talk on that. I think those things, they can't be diffused. So, you're in for it, man. And this is why we preach on salvation. And the scripture says the arrow shall be shot from one end of the earth to the other. That's talking about the nukes, so they're going to be shot. Right? Now, when you read about the lake of fire, let's read this. It's not this one, just one sec. Let's read this. It's Revelation 14 and 8, and they followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. See, the conversations we're actually having here is about whether there's going to be a World War III whether there's mass destruction is going to happen. Because what you got to understand is when them nukes are shot, man, the whole of America is going to be destroyed. Them nukes, that's why they call them weapons of mass destruction. So it ain't a joke. And just the fact that these are the things that are even being spoken about here shows you what the times that we're in. That this is going to happen in serious times here. You know, we're not talking about, it's not about, well, you know, what football team's going to win the FA Cup or who's going to win the Formula One Grand Prix or the Grand Prix, you know. You know, and all this is talking about you gambling with World War III. Because a lot of these other nations right now, like, you know, America and that, trying to assert themselves a certain way. Them other countries, they're going to shoot nukes. They're going to shoot nukes on America. They're building up, you know, their firepower. And they followed, okay, I read that great city because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, receives his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shai, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And that is talking about the judgment on Babylon the Great, which is America, which is the whore that sat upon many waters. Now let's get the lake of fire, because it's going to be looking like that from them nukes. Lake of air. Okay, Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake burning with brimstone. Lake of fire burning with brimstone. Then you got the mushroom cloud. Let's go here. So all this talk, when the chip, and note the scriptures that I read, it said that the chip has to come out before. Well, it says that them that had gotten the mark of the beast, or that chip is going to be out there before that happens, and that proves that. We just read it because people are going to be walking around with that chip because they've presented it, and then they've said, well, you're gonna, you know, be part of that the new system, and then that So people are going to be walking around chipped, and then the nukes are going to hit. So you've got countries, right? And I'm not going to this map. I don't know what this map is. Okay, you got NATO allies, revisionist powers, whatever. But I didn't know what this map was going to be about. But you pretty much you got countries that are more backing, and they're more better with, you know. You got the BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, places. So you got countries that are more aligned with Russia. Okay, then you got countries that are more. You got NATO. You got the EU and you got NATO. So the EU is the economic side of things, and NATO, um, NATO actually is when these countries say like, okay, they've got to defend each other. Them NATO countries. Now America right now, um, scriptures the look was more stout than his fellows. America, they're pretty much say, you know, and you know Trump's the right dude for that. They've come up there and they're basically saying, look, we're just above everybody on the planet. We are, you know, we're America. We're and when you watch this stuff that was going on, okay, this quote unquote shouting match, as they're reporting it, um, you know, you had Lance Vance, you know what I'm saying? They were saying, how dare you come to the White House, wherever they're at. And look, man, that is the mentality that you can say they've got. You know, the USA, Trump, the American empire spirit. But look, we're just above everybody. You know, y'all can't do nothing to us, etc., etc. You know, but we know through the scriptures, man, that there is going to be a destruction. So there's nothing that's going to stop that. And Europe and all that. But we know England's going to shoot nukes on America. And even the beast, and you can see that. Because like I said, the USA are basically saying we're over everybody. You know. Okay, we got another image here. Goes a mushroom cloud again. Nukes. So you can see that it's inevitable. This, I can read the whole thing, but I'm going to get to the points. Actually, I'll start from three. For out of the, well, I mean, that's missing the meat, one of the main parts. You know what? Let me read. I'll just read Jeremiah 50:1. The word that the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish and set up a standard publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Baal is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces, and that we got a modern day Babylon, man. You're damn right. I see, Babylon is mentioned in Revelation. The ancient Babylon was out of there, so this shows you that. What's the script? What do you want the scriptures to say? They're not. It's got to say, "Oh, America, America." I mean, come on, man. For out of the north they come up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. And Russia, they're the ones mainly rivaling America. Now you got all these. Like I said, I wasn't going to go into the whole thing because you got people going. Oh, you got the whole. First when Trump was getting in there, they're like, oh, he's like Trump is Putin. They'll say that Trump is more of a man because he'll go to Putin and shake his hand and won't turn away from it. And then you got the people that think Trump is some kind of truther. So, now, it's just all sorts of some stuff going on here. But one thing we know for sure is that America is going to be destroyed, and that's the point of this lesson. We just know that there's going to be a World War III. Something's going to trigger it off, and when the nukes are shot, people are going to a lot of nations that you thought wouldn't are going to turn around and go, you know what, we're going to zip America up. That's it for the USA. Nukes are going to be traded, obviously, but you can have all these nations shooting it on Babylon the Great. And you can see that with them lording over. But the point is, you can see them with that whole mentality of, lording over everybody. The same thing was going on with the small hats. I think there was a video that had come out, and Trump had basically said that Gaza's Trump's. So they're going to take everyone down this path to WW3. What they're going to do, just call a ceasefire right now, resolve all conflicts. It's not going to happen. Even, like I said, even the fact that this terminology is being thrown around, World War III, shows you it's going to happen. Let me do this. Let me go back through here. Let's jump down to 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. They shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken, The arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And my Terminator movie, they showed you America getting put out pretty much. Queen's World War Free speech. So this is the reality. This is how it ends, you know. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna close out. Say Shadow.